Sell it, buy it, rent it, lease it.
KMC Property Services, making your real estate dream a reality.
Happy New Year! It's a brand new year, 2022. And I'm happy to be here with you this evening on our next broadcast, which is our fourth broadcast of Real Estatically Speaking and More. I'm your host, Karen Bennett, and with us tonight is a very special guest, and she's none other than Mrs. Karen Bennett. Our topic for tonight is the realtor's role in the process of selling, buying, and renting real estate. Tonight's quote is, real estate investing, even on a very small scale, remains a tried and true means of building an individual's cash flow and wealth. And that's by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, so at this time, I will not delay. I will proceed with the introduction of our speaker, Mrs. Karen Bennett. And she has a background in banking. She's presently a retailer in her family business. She's a Realtor Associate and AJP. She has been in the real estate business for approximately 8 years. And she has successfully served clients both locally and overseas. My fellow audience, I'm asking you to make welcome our special guest, Mrs. Karen Bennett.
Thank you. A pleasant evening to all. And thank you, Mrs. Coke, for inviting me to share on your program, Real Estatically Speaking.
How does one become a real estate agent? What is the process?
Okay, real estate agents are trained professionals. It therefore means that the agent will have to do a real estate salesman or sales agent course at a training institution approved and recommended by the real estate board. Okay, of course, you know the real estate board has the Real Estate Training Institute, and I know I did mine at UTech, which is the University of Technology. After successfully completing this course and sitting and passing an examination, a certificate is given. The person will then apply to the real estate board for a salesman's license, which, if you have met all the criteria, will allow you to conduct real estate transactions through a brokerage such as KMC Property Services. This association provides services, tools, and programs that enhances our real estate career. The vast network of realtors, and so we are more informed of properties on the market through their MLS multi-listing platform. And this multi-listing platform, the benefits are that what it does, it markets our clients' properties, right? They're on, which gives maximum exposure. And it also assists us as members to search for properties for prospective buyers and rentals.
Okay, can anyone sell real estate?
Well, yes and no. And I must say yes. Owners can sell their properties without a license. And two, a licensed dealer and or a sales agent or operating under a broker or dealer can sell real estate. However, you cannot and should not, and this is where the no comes in, represent anyone else in real estate transaction without a license if you are selling or purchasing a property with the agreement to be paid a commission. And this is based on the Real Estate Act.
What kind of assistance does the Realtor Associate give to a prospective client who wishes to, one, buy a property to live in?
Well, in order to assist a prospective homeowner, you have to ask what type of property they are considering. Is it a house? Is it an apartment? Is it a townhouse? Is it a lot to build your home on? We also ask what are the preferred areas, because persons might want to live in Manchester opposed to St. Thomas. So we need to know exactly where they want. We also need to have an idea of the budget. A prospective client might want to purchase a property for $10 million in an area that the property is valued $50 million. So, you want to be able to advise them and to inform them of the prices of properties in those areas, and for them to consider, is it that they are going to try to get this money to get a property in that area, or should they look elsewhere based on the prices of these properties? We also have to ask them, how are you planning on financing this purchase? That is it a mortgage? Is it cash? Or is it both? And if it's a mortgage, you might have to ask, which financial institution are you considering? Or have you been pre-approved by a financial institution? Those are the questions, because if you're planning on taking out a mortgage, before you even consider purchasing a property, you have to ensure that you're pre-approved. Okay, then you know exactly how much you can afford, right? And on that basis, based on all the information that is given, we search for properties for clients. We make appointments for viewings, right? And sometimes there are times, clients, they said, oh, I am not pre-approved as yet. Sometimes they have not been showing their contributions at NHD. And so we might refer them to a mortgage broker based on that, for them to figure out how much they can afford. Okay, so those are some of the things that we assist clients if they want to purchase a property.
So if a client wants to buy a property for investment, how do we assist them?
Well, those are some of the same questions we'll ask. However, we also ask clients, what type of business, what sort of investment? Is it that you want to purchase a house to do a rental business? What is the reason? Is it investment? Is it that you want to purchase a property to actually do business? That's another thing. Okay, so when you're clear of what the client wants, then that is how you search for properties. Okay, so you will maybe look at those properties, those commercial properties. If it's a case that they want to operate a business, you will look for properties in that category.
So when a client wishes to list the property, how do we guide them through that process?
Well, if a client wants to list their property, you definitely want to ask, is there a title? Because in order to list a property and in order to rent a property, a title has to exist. And you'd have to find out who are the persons on the title. Because in listing the property, the parties to the property will have to agree to this listing agreement. So those are critical. You want to list the property for. Have you ever considered doing a valuation, or have you a valuation or whatever? And if they said no, then we said, all right, what we can do in order for you not to spend any more money then, if that's a problem, let us do a CMA, right? Which is a comparative market analysis. And what we as real estate agents do is go search for properties that are in that area, in that community, in that parish, with those same properties. We can say, okay, these are the properties that have been sold in that area. And so based on that, you can decide whether or not you want to list it above that price, or whether or not below that price, depending on the condition of the property. So we try to advise clients on that. So that is one of the things that we try to advise clients on in terms of pricing. Some clients might say, okay, I would like 10 million. I would like $10 million in my hand. Okay, so one of the things we also do, we said, okay, if you need $10 million in your hand, if that is what you really want in your hand, let us do estimated, sale proceeds, and we call it, right? That we show you all the costs that are involved, and based on the costs that are involved, then you definitely can see whether or not you will get that $10 million in your hand. So you do a number of calculations to show them, say, okay, what if it's a client put in an offer for less than that? Would you be willing to take that, money? So, that is how we advise them. Also show them that, listen, take the hassle from you and the headache of showing people your property. Leave that to us. Okay, so what we do, we set up appointments for viewing, right? And we ask that the clients, based on how we list the property, based on how we advertise the property, we ask the clients, to speak with us so that we can advise, and the landlord as well, because we're able to screen these prospective tenants before we actually show them your property through. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the commission, it's about relationship with your clients. That is paramount, satisfaction of our clients. And so you don't want to leave a bitter taste in their mouths when you didn't do your part, you didn't do your homework to check out the background sometime of some of these prospects, especially when it comes on to renting a property. So we have to do our work in order to make it worthwhile for our clients, whether it's a landlord or whether it's a tenant.
Okay. Thank you so much, Karen.
Tune into our live stream, Real Estatically Speaking, with yours truly every second and fourth Friday as of November 2021. You can contact us at the information on screen.